What up and welcome to Rama Screen YouTube channel, and here's my review of Netflix new South Korean movie Revelations. Let's rock this. Okay, so this film's director is the same guy who gave us Train to Busan, which was a global sensation, and also Jung-yeol a few years ago. Remember that one? Well, that one kinda got mixed reviews, understandably so. While there are no zombies nor sci-fi robots in Revelations, director Yeon Sang-ho, however, deftly explores the shady areas between religion and humanity. And I've already watched the entire movie, and what is my verdict? I like it, but it has its shortcomings. It's definitely intriguing and very character-driven. It has a fascinating concept that doesn't necessarily mock faith and Christianity, but it questions how much does mental illness factor into that. At the same time though, Revelations is also pretty bloated and the ghostly supernatural element is pretty cheesy. This movie bites off more than it can chew. I admire its attempts on trying to be all David Fincher-esque, but even the twist reveal is not as complicated as it wants to have you believe. Based on comic Revelations, directed by Yeon Sang-ho, Revelations follows a pastor and a detective, each driven by their own beliefs. One day, a young member of the church vanishes without a trace. The prime suspect is Yang Rae, an ex-convict who recently visited the church. Min-jae, the pastor, is convinced that a divine revelation has called him to pursue and punish Yang Rae, while Yeon-hui, a police detective haunted by her dead sister's shadow, is assigned to the case. As she investigates the case, she begins to suspect a disturbing connection between Min-jae and Yang Rae and follows their steps. Starring Ryu Jun-yeol, Shin Hyun-been, and Min-jae. Another selling point for Revelations is the fact that it's executive produced by one of my favorite filmmakers, Alfonso Cuarón. Maybe he's just helping with financing the marketing side, or maybe he's just lending his name, attaching it to this film so that it would gain traction. Whatever the extent of his involvement is, hey, it totally worked. It got me watching it, right? Director Yeon Sang-ho's previous films had been original work or based on original story ideas, whereas this one is an adaptation, which I'm sure has its parameters in terms of where certain creative liberties can go. Despite the criticism that I mentioned earlier, I do, however, commend the three lead actors. It's the acting that got me hooked about this film. And I want to apologize ahead of time if I incorrectly mispronounce the following names. Ryu Jun-yeol, who plays the divinely guided pastor Min-jae, is incredibly intense. He effortlessly embodies this man who's too far gone in his delusions. Shin Hyun-been, who plays the police detective Yeon-hee, evokes a mix of sympathy and vengeance, but unlike the pastor, police detective Yeon-hee actually eventually uses a certain psychological analysis to solve the crime at hand. Now, to me, that's the biggest underlying theme about Revelations more than anything else, and that is this battle between being blinded by rage and refusing to give in to rage. It's quick to judgment versus rationalization. And right smack in the middle of that is the ex-convict Yang Rae, played by Min-jae, whose appearance and behavior will consistently make you feel uncomfortable, which is a testament to his committedly disturbing performance. The film cinematography also complements the ominous atmosphere with dark and moody tone that invites the audiences to grapple with the ethical queries it raises. So yeah, overall I give Revelations the rating of 3.5 out of 5, a movie that occasionally stumbles and desperately wants to be a lot of things all at once. But it's also an unsettling, tension-fueled thriller that examines the blurred lines between blind faith and insanity.